Hello everyone. Today let us go with drugs acting on autonomic ganglia. Okay. So ganglia is nothing but the point where the nerves will meet. Okay. So acetylcholine, it is the primary excitatory neurotransmitter in both sympathetic and parasympathetic ganglia. So drugs which inhibit the synthesis of of acetylcholine, hemicholium, and its release, that is botulinum toxin and procaine, which we have seen earlier, of acetylcholine can interfere with the ganglionic transmission, but drugs which act on cholinergic receptors in the ganglia are more selective. So in addition to dominant nicotinic receptors which mediate the primary rapid depolarization in the ganglionic cells, there are subsidiary muscarinic M1, M2, adrenergic, dopaminergic, amino acid and peptidergic receptors which also present, which bring about the secondary slowly developing but longer lasting changes in your membrane potential, both positive and negative side, that modulate the primary response. Okay, so that is the secondary effect produced by these receptors will alter the primary ganglion. So separate catecholamines. So catecholamine is nothing but this compounds that is having catechol nucleus. Okay, so the separate catecholamines and amino acid transmitters which containing the cells are present in ganglia, but peptides are released from the preganglionic cholinergic terminals themselves. So thus autonomic ganglia is not merely an one transmitter, one junctional, but it is a complex system because only one neurotransmitter is not involved. So many type of receptors and many neurotransmitters are involved. So drugs can either stimulate or block the ganglia. So now here the ganglionic stimulants. So two classification is there: selective nicotinic agonist and non-selective or muscarinic agonist. Okay. So coming to selective nicotinic agonist, you can have nicotine. Okay. So lobeline, dimethylphenyl piperazinium DMPP, varicellin and tetramethyl ammonium. In case of non-selective or muscarinic agonist, which we have seen earlier, acetylcholine, carbachol, pilocarpine, anticholineesterases and MCN 343A. So this is the ganglionic stimulant drugs. So nicotine, so it is the principal alkaloid from tobacco, that is Nicotiana tabacum. So it acts as an agonist on both NN and NM subtype of nicotinic cholinergic receptors. Okay, so your cholinergic receptors is classified into two: muscarinic and nicotinic receptors. So till now we have seen about muscarinic receptors. So now we are going to nicotinic receptors. Okay, so sympathetic as well as parasympathetic ganglia are stimulated, but larger doses cause persistent depolarization and ganglionic blockage. Okay, so depolarization is nothing but a part of your action potential. So if depolarization is persist, that is if it is long lasting, it will produce blockage of the ganglion. So nicotine, it is important in the context of smoking and tobacco chewing. It's only clinically indication in short term nicotine replacement in tobacco abstinence subjects. Okay, that is withdrawal subjects. So there is no therapeutic application on the ganglionic stimulants because of no useful purpose can be served by the stimulating both sympathetic and parasympathetic ganglia concurrently, because they both are opposite in action. So if you stimulate both the thing, so they will neutralize or nullify each other. Okay, so that this type of drugs are clinically not important. Okay, so mainly they are useful for treatment of smoking cessation or quitting tobacco chewing. Okay, so majority of the smokers wish to quit the smoking or chewing but fail to do so because the nicotinic dependence. So that will cause a dependence in these type of patients. So most of the important measure to help the smokers to quit smoking are counseling and motivation. So this may be supplemented. So this type of therapy can be supplemented with pharmacotherapy. So mainly they need counseling and motivation. So along with that they need a supplemented pharmacotherapy. So what are all the goals that are necessary for pharmacotherapy are to reduce the craving, that is what you can say to reduce the with dependence of the subjects to satisfy. Okay, next to suppress the physical withdrawal symptoms. Okay, so if you withdraw the smoking or tobacco chewing, so you will be having some physical withdrawal symptoms, so that should be suppressed. So the drugs used for the pharmacotherapy of tobacco cessation means, so you can use nicotine replacement, partial agonist, that is varenicline, and antidepressant type of drugs. Okay, so next remaining we can see in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.